Your neighbor just bought a new car. Your coworker just posted vacation photos from Bali. Your friend just moved into a bigger apartment. And somewhere in the back of your mind, quietly, automatically, you started calculating. How far behind am I? When do I get that? Why not me? That calculation is one of the most expensive thoughts a human brain can produce. And most people have it dozens of times a day. Comparing yourself to others is not a character flaw, it is a survival mechanism. For most of human history, knowing your position in the social group determined access to resources, mates, and safety. Your brain was built to track social standing automatically and continuously. The problem is that evolution did not design this system for a world where you can see the highlight reel of 10,000 people every single day. The comparison system that once protected you is now being exploited by social media, by advertising, by consumer culture, to make you spend money chasing a position that keeps moving. Economists have a name for comparison-driven spending. They call it the keeping up with the Joneses effect. And the research behind it is devastating. A landmark study found that when a neighbor wins a car in a lottery, surrounding households significantly increase their own vehicle spending within months. Not because they needed a car, but because the social comparison triggered a spending response. This effect has been documented in housing, vacations, clothing, and electronics. One person's visible upgrade silently pressures an entire social network to spend more. Multiply that across your entire life, and the cost becomes staggering. Here is the part that makes comparison financially lethal. You are never comparing your full reality to someone else's full reality. You are comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. The colleague who just bought a new car, you did not see the credit card debt behind it. The friend posting Bali photos, you did not see the personal loan they took to fund it. The Instagram lifestyle, you did not see the financial stress behind the curated frame. Research consistently shows that high-income appearance and actual wealth are weakly correlated. The people who look the richest are frequently the ones who are most financially stretched. Comparison spending does not feel like a category. It does not appear as a line item in your budget. But it is everywhere. The slightly nicer car than you needed. The restaurant chosen to match your friend group's standard. The holiday gifts bought to match social expectations. The apartment upgrade triggered by a peer's move. A conservative estimate puts socially driven spending at between 15 and 25% of the average person's income. On a $50,000 annual income, that is between $7,500 and $12,500 per year, spent not on things you actually wanted, but on closing a gap that was never real. Even when comparison spending works, even when you close the gap and get the thing you were chasing. Research shows the satisfaction lasts an average of 3 months. Then the baseline resets. The new car is just your car. The bigger apartment is just where you live. And someone else has moved ahead. This is called the hedonic treadmill. You spend to feel ahead, you adapt to the new normal, and the comparison starts again from a higher baseline. The treadmill does not have an off switch. Every upgrade just raises the floor for the next round. The comparison trap does not sustain itself. It is actively maintained by trillion-dollar industries whose revenue depends on you feeling behind. The luxury goods industry is built entirely on social signaling. Its products have no functional advantage over cheaper alternatives, only social advantage. The advertising industry spends over $800 billion globally every year to manufacture inadequacy and sell the solution. Fast fashion refreshes its inventory 52 times a year to ensure your wardrobe is always slightly out of date. None of this is accidental. Your dissatisfaction is their business model. The problem with comparison is not that you are comparing, it is who you are comparing to. Comparing yourself to neighbors, colleagues, and strangers on the internet is comparing yourself to people who have completely different starting points, family wealth, income levels, risk tolerance, and life goals. The comparison tells you nothing useful. The only comparison that actually improves your financial position is comparing yourself to the person you were 1 year ago, and to the person you are building toward. That comparison has a direction, it has meaning, and it costs nothing. Audit your social media follows. Unfollow every account that consistently makes you feel behind or inadequate. Not because the content is bad, but because it is expensive for you personally. Define your own financial goals in writing. Specific numbers, specific dates. So spending decisions have a reference point that is yours, not your peer group's. Before any non-essential purchase over $50, ask, am I buying this because I want it or because someone else has it? Track your social comparison purchases separately for 30 days. The total will clarify the problem faster than anything else. The comparison trap is not a personal failure. It is a biological instinct being exploited by people who profit from your dissatisfaction. Recognizing it does not make you immune, but it makes the trap visible. And a trap you can see is one you can avoid. Define your own finish line. Run your own race. The only scoreboard that matters is the one you set for yourself. Tag someone who needs to stop running someone else's race. Next video is right there.